Tēnā rā te Yahwe atua, ko tēnei Yahau a Kaea Matiaha te aro hatai. Te rangi pū a tāta, kua huki ake mai anō I roto Hawaikirangi, ki roto ki ngā kōrero katoa anō, I roto Hawaikirangi e whai ngā tinei ki roto ki tēnei rā. Tai atu anō hoki ki ngā meke, ngā ahuatanga ki te puoro nei o te puoro ki ngi mangu e whai atu nei. E mātau, tēnei o ngā taonga I tuku iho mai nei nā ia kokoe. Ka mea atu nei te Yahwe atua ia kokoe I te puoro nei. Kia u atu ai ki roto ki ngā whakatupuranga, I roto I ngā kīngi, I roto I te hapu ki hūrara. Ana, hoi anō, I roto I ngā tau ki nā iana, ki nā ianei, aroha mai, ki nā ianei I roto I ngā tau. Ka hua putake, ka putake, ahua putake te puoro nei. Hoi anō, tino hanga mai anō ai, I roto I tērā o ngā puoro I whakaritetia mai nā ia koe ana. Ka tuku iho mai anō, hai taonga tonu ki a mātau. Nā reira whakawhetai rawa. Whakamoe miti a kene ia hau ia koe I roto I ngā ahuatanga ki te rā, ki te kokoni, ki te wāpū, e tau mana ki atu ana, e tau tia ki atu ana, ia mātau e kukoe. Kua pē whea te ahuatanga, te tū ahuatanga anō, me ngā mea, me te aha o ngā mea e whāinga tonu ana e mātau I roto I ngā tū ahuatanga rā. E no reira, whakamoe miti, whakawhetai rawa, ko koe ia no tērā, e mea tonu ana nei a mātau, kia whaikaha, ki roto ki tēnei wā o Hawaikirangi, kia whai tonu anō ai, ki ngā mea matua o tēnei o ngā hōtaka, I whakarite ke atu ai te hōtaka, I hoki mai anō ai, mātau ki roto ki te ao puoro, etahi o mātau ki te ao puoro ki te whai atu I tēnei ara, ka hia ke roa anō I nā iana, karakau I roto ke I ngā iwi, I ngā hapu, I ngā ure tārewa hapu anō, I ngā uri katoa anō, e whakaura ke atu ana I a rātau, I roto anō I te whakateo rake, e whai atu ana I te ara kia rātau, ki roto ki ngā tau, kai mua tonu nei I a tātau, ia mātau, ia tāua me mātau, anō hoki. No reira, whakamoe miti ake, I te ingoa te iehua, Āmene. Ka piti hono ka tātai hono, ko rātau mā, rātau anō, tai atu anō rā, ia rātau e kōrero ti ake ana, I roto I te tīmatatanga rā, ki tēnei rā, ki tēnei o ngā hōtaka o te wā, me taku whai atu, ki te whakanui atu anō I a rātau, nā rātau nei anō tēnei taonga nei o te poro I tuku iho maina anō kia o mātau whakatupuranga I roto I nei rā. Kia kawe atu ai, kia tiki ngā tau kaimua. Hai aha hai tino rākau, pakanga ke atu anō. Hai aha hai tino he waka kawe atu nei I te taonga o roto I te tangi, o roto i te wairuatanga, o roto i te tautōhito, o roto i te pūmanawa, o roto anō hoki o te tohungatanga, ki tēnā. No reira rā, e koutou mā, e te mate, e koutou kua whetūrangi tia haere ake rā whakauti atu. Ka piti hono ka tātai hono, tātou mā, e tātou ka toa kuau. Kua hui ke mai nei, ka huri ke mai nei. Ki te aha, ki te whai mai, ki ngā āhuatanga, ki roto ki ngā kōrero te rā. Tēnei o ngā rā, te pare ārau, taku mōhio, te ngahuru mārima. Aroha mai e tahi wā, ka ahua he taku whai atu ki te rā. Tēnei rā, te ngahuru mārima o ngā rā, o te marama whāne, o te rua ngahuru mātahi. Hua ki te atu i au, tērā tū āhua ki taku ware noa atu ki te rā, ki te pare ārau e whakātati atu ana, e whakarānguna hi atu ana te hōtaka i a Hawaikirangi roto i a wawā. Ko tū Tahu Trust, Tahu Investments Limited, tonu anō hoki te pū te amuni tautoko, kai te whakarongo ake mai rā tātou anō, me te mātakitaki mai i roto o whakaata Wairarapa, i Aero FM 92.7, iwa, rua, ira, whitu, ana, ko tēnei whai mai nei, ko Burning Spear, hei whakawhana ke atu i ngā kōrero te rā, i ngā waiata, ko Spear Burning tēnei, e whai ake nei, kahuri.
Revitalift Filler Hyaluronic Acid Serum hydrates, smooth, and replumps lines in 6 weeks. Wrinkles are visible.
When you fling it back and stick you sip ketchup right down. Ketchup fire. Burning fire. The night should dawn. I know you will see your way to you. Oh, sweet Oh, sweet spear bird, spear bird, hot a fire, musical fire. Fanya, 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 fanya. Fanya, 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 fanya. Ay!
Mauri o rana ki a tātou, tēnā rā tātou, tātou ka huri ke mai nā ki Hawaikirangi ki roto ki tēnei rā. Ki roto ki ngā kōrero kaweti atu ana. Ai rā hoki i roto i tēnei o ngā puoro, i roto i ngā mea tiana e tahu pasi. Hoi anō, ki roto ki te reo, anō, o Wairarapa ki tararua o te matau a Māui. Tai atu anō rā hoki ki te reo ki roto te aukati ki te tai hauāuru. Koia tēnei te reo e kōrero tia kenei. Te reo tahu māka ka nui matua o tutura. Koia tēnei me tō mātau kawe atu i ngā huatanga ki te reo o roto i tōna hapu nui tonu re tā rewa. Ai, nau mai haere tēnā tātou kahuri. Ai, e tātou mā, yes, at nearly 3:45. Yeah, welcome everybody back into the show. Hawaikirangi, back again at its best. And yeah, sorry about I think we had outages. I think we had an outage last show, and so none of us got to do our show the last Thursday, and I think that happened on a Tuesday. So I managed to get back in today, do the show today, and just a few things to hand. We've got some changes to Tahu Posse, but look, things are still rocking along. I actually have some good... one of the things is that is very hard to do, and that is carry a Christian wairua. You know, I'm also tūturu, so I'm tūturu tahu māka ka nui matua, and so does the band need to follow that sort of tikanga, that sort of customary way, but also integrate within it the wairuatanga tērā o te karaitiana. And having become a Christian just recently, over a year ago. So here we go. More sorts of changes. So yeah, just having to get into things more on from a Christian basis presents challenges to other band members. So we've had to make more changes and a lot more. I've got to depend now a lot more on session players. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and using them to bring them in. So that's why I've got my taku raku I tēnei rā. I brought it in with me today because I'm going to have a go, firstly, at a song that I haven't done before in the studio. And what I'm going to do, well, what you usually do is you try to forget about all the different aspects of the studio, you know, the different pickups and stuff like that. They're very sensitive pickups, and they're highly sensitive in some cases. So you tend to want to... Do you remember the last show that I did a couple of weeks ago where I just had a go anyway, and I did 3 songs in the studio, and I absolutely butchered those songs? For those of you who didn't know, I absolutely butchered those. So I've come back on today to apologise for that and look to rectify. Now, I'm going to do what we usually do today, and we usually just forget about all that stuff. And but the problem with forgetting about all that stuff is I'm still playing, you know, when you, and I've said this many a time already on the show, that when you're playing reggae music, you cannot do the music justice on your lonesome, you know. You can't do that on your own. You need the other band members around you, and you also need your other voices around you. So when you know, in the studio on your own playing reggae music, when it comes to core reggae, we're talking about reggae core. Now, of course, I could, you know, use all the other different strums in reggae, like... you know, get a little bit less your calypsonic strums outside of those sorts of styles and into a more jazzy sort of rhythm. Yeah, that could work. I could do that quite well. But you can't, you know, when you get core, you get your percussion sounds, you get your bass sounds, your bass always leads all your sounds. You get your drumming keeping that basic rhythm, you know, whether it's a 4/4 rhythm or whether it's a 6/8, whether it's a traditional, a reggae proper rhythm, and things like that. But to be able to play that core rhythm section style of reggae, you need more than one person, and it's that I'm trying to explain, and that I tried to explain in that particular program a couple of weeks ago. And I played those 3 songs and I butchered them. I butchered the whole 3. But that was because I was watching the monitors all the time, and I was also very sensitive to what was coming through on my microphone, and trying to be very careful with the guitar, that I didn't suddenly make moves like I'm doing with the microphone right now, just shifting it ever so slightly, but it still makes a noise. And it's those sorts of things you've got to put up with when you're playing on your own, because you're doing so much, you know. Even if I go just like that, you see there's lots of different ringing sounds going on there, and all that sort of stuff. So it worries you. All those pressures, and then your voice, you've got to add your voice, and then when you're trying to... So what I try to do when I'm playing on my own in here is do very little drum rhythms at all. Okay, so I do very little drum rhythms at all. Oh, and my voice might be a little bit out today, but I wanted to give it a go playing core and sticking to core rhythms. The most widely used core rhythms, and play some more in the studio. Without butchering them, and the way I'm going to try and do that is keep sticking to my plan, but also the way I planned the last time, and I didn't drum too much. I just put in all the main stuff in there to the core rhythm of those songs, and I still butchered them last time, but that was because I worried about all the other different pressures in the studio at the same time. However, this time, what I'm going to do is still do very little drumming and stuff like that, but I'm going to also forget about all the other pressures in the studio, which is what you do. You do that when you're playing with other band members, so I already know what it's like playing in the studio. I played in the studio lots, but the thing about playing reggae on your own is that it's far too risky, because anything can go wrong, anything at all. Anything can go wrong. And I must admit, last time I played in the studio, I was quite nervous. Keep your culture. Don't be afraid of the vulture. See, hear my finger movements then? I was going. And I remember sharing with you that when so in other words, I'm going to try and make sure that you get a little bit of tahu posse today. I can't tell you when we're going to be in the studio now because of the changes that have taken place. We will get to jam the studio, but I can't tell you when at the moment. Until I can confirm that, I'll let you know. I also still need to speak with Mikaere and others about getting the pre-record, because I think even with these particular band members, I'll need to do it on the pre-record. We'll see how things go, and we'll see how we get organised. But everything's still on target. Things are changing slightly here and there. We also, I don't want to move from the Christian Wairarapa. And the thing about that for me is that it's important for me as well as the main leader in the band. I hold the reo in the band. I also, the reggae skills and music and experience all comes from me as well. So I've called a Christian Wairua band, and so what it looked like in the end is what I needed to do was look at some Christian band people, and so that's basically what I've got, apart for some session players. And so now and again we're going to get a taste of those Christian people sharing the workload with me in the band and tahu posse, and also the the session players. Yeah, session players are like musicians. When you pay them, they'll do exactly what you need them to do in the studio, outside the studio, on the stage, wherever. And so that's what I'm going to have to rely on nowadays now. And and that's how things are going at the moment, and I'm okay with that. It's just that it's not rolling in with the times that we organise for things to roll in. So now our studio set jams are still going to go ahead, and for now I'm going to do some. But the only thing is I'm going to make sure hopefully I'm about 60 or 70% improved on the last time I played in here. And let's look at also the band people. Let's give it a couple of weeks, and then I'll try and confirm that for you when I can get some band members in here. And we'll do a little session jam for you. In fact, we'll try and do one every week for a while. And also get some other pau kōrero, he tāngata kōrero atu I te taha ki te wahine, you know. Don't forget that's an ongoing kaupapa now, women's reggae, and we've got a couple of songs from women's reggae today as well, and some from the old but new, yeah. The old but new. Sorry, not the old but new. Some from the still old but still rocking. Yeah, that's what I mean, not old but new. And we're also going to get a taste of a lot of the current heavyweights of reggae music. We got one from the old, a couple from the old, and a couple from the old, and a couple also from the old, but still rocking, okay? And that was Burning Spear with their masterful hit, Spear Burning. One of the most beautiful tracks I ever heard. If there was ever a proud African, Burning Spear is that proud African, and he writes songs of his African pride, and a spear burning in Africa is a sure sign of the warrior and the true spirit of the African. And so that song has always, and in that particular style, in that rocksteady style that they played it there, and I think that was in Peru, I think, somewhere in South America, Peru, that particular concert. And they played also some in France, I do believe, and I'm not sure whether that's one of them. But however, yeah, that was Spear Burning. And what I'm going to have a look at doing just before we go into another waiata, e tatauma, and we'll still take some gigs, hopefully next month, take some gigs and debrief those gigs, just that I'll have different people from what I started with, and just a matter of having to, When you want to follow a particular path, though, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get everybody and everything in the flow of things so that you stay focused on what you want to achieve. The thing with any Christian music is that there's not much of it. There's only a small pool of it. And when you're looking to add to that, you have to find the best way to do that. Also, dealing within Christian music in a reggae form is a very, very, there's such a point of difference in that. See, no one hardly does that. But there are a few Christian bands in the world. There's probably one or two I can think of in New Zealand. But arguably, they're Christian bands. But some of the things you have to put up with is exactly what's available. And so that's what I've had to do. And if I still wanted to follow what I wanted to do with the band, it seems like most people tend to think that reggae is only a Rasta thing. No, it came from throughout Rastafari, and from throughout the tribe of Judah. Rastafari, in particular, in a cultural manner, and in and within the heritage of Africa, takes great pride in its reggae music, you know, and spiritually and physically, they live and cherish and utilize that music to its fullest, and so most people tend to they tend to associate it with Rasta only, which is wrong. You know, you don't have to be a Rasta to be able. I mean, UB40 proved that they're not Rasta people, and yet they played reggae with masterful. You know, they're technicians of the music, and they showed the world that they could do that really, really well. As much as they go on that they're not great instrumentalists, okay, they're not the best guitarists or anything like that in the world, but you don't have to be. Most aren't. Most aren't. We can all play something, but most aren't the greatest. Some of us get an ego on, and we try to be, but we soon realise that in the huge pools of instrumentalists out there in the world, what we have to realise is that there are so many great artists, so many great instrumentalists, that somewhere along the line you have to try to stop the ego from getting the better of you, and you stop trying to be the best at what in whatever you're trying to be the best at. Yeah, what I try to do is give my best. That's always where I am. I put my heart and soul into everything I do, and I've always done that for reggae music. It's actually in this note, this song. I'm thinking of doing Rastaman Live Up. Bingy Chat no give up. A natty chat live up, yeah. I am a no give up. See, even to do little things like that, you got to be very, very careful, because any little movement can be picked up in here. See, look at that, look at that. And how I'm bouncing off because I a cappella and I damp and a cappella. I sort of do a mixture, and I'm used to doing that. And I also bass. So I play about 5 different instruments on the one instrument. It's similar to what I do. So very, very highly risky in a studio, but that's all the stuff that I do, and plus add, you know, the voicing and everything like that. Doesn't sound so highly risky out there, but in the studio it is. In the studio it is. Natty dread no give up. Oops. Keep your culture. Don't be afraid of the vulture. Grow your dreadlock. Don't be afraid of the wolf pack. A natty dread live up. Oh yeah. A bingy dread no give up. Ooh, a bit risky there. Yeah, no, I won't keep going with that. You can even hear it in my voice. I start getting a little bit nervous when things get a little bit too risky. But I'm going to try and forget that in this next number. Hang on. What? Them uncle tired for see what face. Can't get me out of the race. Woman, you said I'm in your play, yeah. And then you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out. Propaganda spreading over my name. Say you wanna bring another knife to shame. Woman, just a playing again, yeah. And then you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out. Whoa, whoa. I want to disturb my neighbor, 'cause I'm feeling so right. I want to turn up my disco, roll them to full watts tonight. Robot up style, robot up style, yeah. Robot up style, whoa. Robot up style, yeah. 'Cause we guarding the palace so majestic. Guarding the palace so realistic, yeah, yeah. Them uncle tired for see what fierce. Can't get me out of the race. Woman, you're just a big disgrace, yeah. And then you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out, I'll make you drop back out. Make wrong move, make wrong move. Drop back out, I'll make you drop back out. Whoa, whoa. I want to disturb my neighbor, 'cause I'm feeling so right. I want to turn up my disco, blow them to full watts tonight. Robot up style, robot up style, yeah. Robot up style, oh, robot up style, yeah. Ooh. Not too bad, I suppose. Not too bad, even if I could say so myself. Just with me, yeah. That wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. A little bit, yeah. In places, just a little bit nerve-wracking, but otherwise, yeah, that's far better. A huge improvement. I probably reached that 70% improvement. How's that for Tahu Posse? Not too bad. Better if I did a copy outside of the studio and then brought it in and played it on air. Nah, that'll be cheating. And we really want to play on set. So, yeah. A couple of weeks' time, let me confirm for you guys, or everybody out there, let me confirm for you that my band members and session players can get in here, do some jamming for you so you can get to hear the real thing. Otherwise, I've just got to keep on talking. You don't want to hear me talking all the time. And plus, we've still got a couple of ladies to get in. And plus our special band member, we keep putting him off. Oh, and e tataima, like what I was going to say before, that we still can do this year. We're running out of time for the album now, but I still want to release those 3 singles. And what we might end up doing this year, because we're quickly running out of time. Now, if I don't get the first... actually, the first song should have already been just about out by now. And it doesn't look like that's going to be just about out till probably the end of May. So that's probably going to be too late for us to start on all the rest of the album. However, through the year, we'll still be able to release those 3 singles from the album. That is All the Glory, He, and Reggae in Your Reggae. Remember, Reggae in Your Reggae is our dancehall style, number 1 rap reggae song, and it rocks. It rocks, that number. And He is our jazz funk number. Let me play a little bit from there, because that's not so core. Anything that's not core. Listen to Clinton Fearon a lot of the time. That's one of the waiata that's going to come up later on from Clinton Fearon. Now, if you watch him strumming, and he's got a similar style to me, but he tends to go off the core when he's strumming and he's playing on his own. Watch him playing on his own, and what he does is he goes off the core, and then he adds a couple of core. And like I do in the song, Hey. Something like that, the strumming. Something like that. I can't play it in here too much because it's sorry, that particular rhythm is a little bit more risky than I thought. Just listening to it there. And it's got brass in it. Something like that, eh? I don't. You can hear me pulling back because it starts to get a little bit risky. And sorry, I never looked at that. And even though I couldn't play it properly in here, it's just a little bit more risky than I thought. But that's playing it on my own. If I was playing it with the band, it would be less risky because then I'd be able to revert to just the reggae strumming on it. It's got a reggae lead strumming, which goes. Otherwise, while I'm playing it like that in here by myself, it gets to sounding a little bit like it's like Māori strumming. Yeah, Māori sort of strumming. It gets to sounding a little bit like that, but it actually isn't. It's actually, it's got an undercurrent that's a rock steady sounding undercurrent. So it's got this over the top. And together the whole mix makes a real funky jazz feel, and you get your straight 4/4 drum and lots of accents here and there and fills and all those sorts of things here and there. And it's actually a brilliant song. You know, I've already tested it on people and showed it to different people, and they love that song. Hey, the love song. Remember, that's a love song. Oh, it's a hard, achy, breaky song, but I decided to do it like that and do it like that because it's actually a hard, achy, breaky situation that eventually ended up really cool. So, yeah, things didn't end up too bad. So, you have to take the good with the bad sometimes. And so that's why that song came out like that. A little bit dancey, very clear, not so rocky how we had it before, but very, very clear in the message. Yeah. Nice. So let's so that's a lot of the different things happening for Tahu Posse at I te ngahuru Maono Meniti mai I te whā. We are moving on with Tahu Posse, and we have got some different things happening, but we're still going to run through with what we've been targeting. The only thing is we may run too late to complete the album, so that might not get completed till next year. We will still release the 3 singles though, which might work out better. So that's All the Glory, Hei, H-E-I-I, and Reggae in Your Reggae. That's how you do it. You put your reggae in. You put your reggae in. That's the moral of that song. But the thing about that song is it's not so derogatory or ka hure whakatake, ka rei te taunu, tēnā waiatai, harai te taunu. You know, it's not a down-putting song. The way you reggae in your reggae. And if I had the words here, I'd be able to tell you why it's not. But what the band does, what Tahu Posse does with that song, is they provide you with all the ingredients and components and stuff like that to put in your reggae, or they play it through into your reggae. That's what happens in that song. There's a sort of a process and a journey going on right through that song, and it's just brilliant, eh? People love that song already. And e tātou mā, kia huri atu tātou I nā iana ki tētahi anō o ngā waiata I kei whea mai rātou. Kei whea ki mai rātou e rapu atu nei ahai. Yeah, so those are all the things happening. Lots of changes again going on with Tahu Posse, and just a change in members and how we are doing things. And hey, e tātou mā, here they are. Oh, choice. I got them. Yes. Brilliant. These people, probably a little bit underrated by a little bit, it can be argued. A little bit underrated by our selective process there. But we in the process could not go past Red Magic Powder or Ria Hall, 2 of the hardest workers in reggae music. And although these wahine toa coming up, these queens of reggae music in New Zealand coming up, although they work really hard too, not quite as much as these girls, Ria Hall and Magic Powder, and not quite as consistently. Probably doing a lot more for the reo, a lot more. They're doing a lot for other kaupapa. Wairuatanga too, but not wairuatanga in reggae. They are second and third place getters. And here they are right now. This is Energy Rising. Kia ora mai rā tātou.
people say. They try to warn us about the lives we're leading, filling minds with hate and envy, losing love and harmony every day. Oh, tell me, Papa, what are we supposed to do? I'm feeling blinded by so many truths. Got no man to guide, show me the way. So tell me, Papa, what do you have to say? From darkness to light, from pain to freedom, oppression to liberation. From darkness to light, from darkness to light. Embrace your culture, thoughts, beliefs handed down. Conscious messages stay the same. Seas of opportunity start stray. From the teaching sounding, hope truth remains. Bugs are lifting, clouds are clearing, Papa, please. You're the future, plank successfully you'll see. Within you, the answers you will find. Trust your instincts, they are always on time. From darkness to light, from pain to freedom, oppression to liberation. From darkness to light, from darkness to light. From darkness to light,
Spark of the divine light.
from pain to freedom, oppression to liberation. From darkness to light, to light, to light, from darkness to light, from darkness to light, yeah, from darkness to light.
Mauri o nā tātou. Tino pai tērā ne. Tāhua tērā ki au. Tērā o ngā waiata i Energy Rising. Tino kaha rātau. Ki te taha ki te Māori. Kai te tino u atu ana tēnā he whānau tūturu anō i roto i a rātau. Hui anō te nuinga o ngā āhuatanga, kāre e tino kia mātau, kāre e tino, kāre anō kia tino whakaputa mai i te nuinga o ngā āhua. I roto i tēne o ngā whānau, ahakoa te nui o te kaha kai reira, te nui o te pakari kai reira, te nui o te pūmanawa, te nui anō te wairuatanga. Kai roto anō tonu, tērā wairuatanga i te taha ki te wairua ki ngā hapu ngahuru mārua ki Haraina. Ai, rā mea katoa, tai atu anō i te whānau tūturu o te āhua o te wairua o roto. Ka tino tata mai rātau, i roto i tētahi wā ka tuatahi. Ka tahi ka heke ki raro, i roto i te titiro anō ki e rā ki rā o ngā wahine toa nei. Ara I a magic powder, that's anu kia meana, kia rea ho. Ai, rā hoki, tino pai. Tino pai hoki tērā o ngā waiata, from darkness to light. Tino. Atu tērā o ngā waiata ki te tūāhua o ngā huatanga I roto I te mea nei o te rongo pai. Mai I roto. Tino waiata tērā pēnā I te waiata tiana I te mana me te tapu I te karaiti. Ne? Ai, tino waiata tira. No reira, ka tino mihia rātau. Hoi anō ka heke atu rātau. Ka heke atu. No te mea nā, te nuinga o rātau mahi ki te atu. Kai te taha ki te he iwi ke. He iwi, he pena iwi, he pena hapu. Kai reira ngā tino kaha engari. Ka rei te tino atu ki te poro ki ingi mangu pērā I te atu me te kaha ka tino hia tia nei e mātau ki te. Hati pai? Ko tērā noi ho, yeah, so for this particular band, massive, eh? They're massive, but they didn't satisfy us that they give all their potential to reggae music and that they give enough. There's so much potential and it's like they're holding back seriously, but they got some real skills and they got skills just like our top and our runner up. Yeah, some real massive skills that they can rock the world with, and they have also done a lot of gigging around the world. So yeah, they've been there too, and can go further. I don't know what's stopping them. I don't know. Maybe their focus is more at home. I don't know. But yeah, reggae music is so big now. It's focused on the whole world. The whole world is the focus of reggae music today. You can't sort of chop it back to something very, focused on just the one thing. Yeah. And even for us, even though we're tahu mākāka nui matua, the taihau aukati, the darlings, and sizzling hot, you know what? We could take that kaupapa right throughout the world, and we could share the love. And that's all we need to do when we play world. And, we could do anything like that. And I've got a funny feeling we'll end up doing something like that. And take that wairuatanga, te taha ki te wairua ki te karaiti, me tō mātau tūturutanga. Just remember we are a tribal group as well. This is tribal. This is, the language we use is tūturu. Tūturu reo ao ko hatu mai I roto I atahu mākāka nui matua, ure tā rewa hapu nui tonu. So this is not just any reo. This is not just any Māori reo. This is tahu mākāka nui matua, te reo tūturu ao ko hatu, reo ahika, mai I roto I te kāinga, kia tahu mākāka nui matua. Tahu mākāka nui matua. Nui ke atu ki roto kia mātau I te tai Hawaii rua kati. No reira nā tātou kai te haurua mai I te whā. Kai te titiro anō tātou ki roto ki ngā waiata. I was going to play Rastaman Live Up, wasn't I? Hang on. Hang on. Let me still have a go at it. I'll just gear this song up. Taihua keni. E tatauma. Taihua. I'll just gear this song up. Get it ready. ready to go, and so that it's there. And let me have a go again at Rastaman Live Up. But I'll play it in a different note. It got a bit risky in C, and that's what Bob does. He usually grabs a good note, and C is always a good note. But the way Bob wrote his waiata and his melodies, they went so high again, they went up other levels. He always used notes that always went up other levels, and used a lot of, you could use a lot of different cadences with, So yeah. So he played that song in C. And so that's why I tried it in that, but the longer I went like that, the more risky it got. And that's why when you start seeing me do little wee errors like I did with that note, I think one of the notes was here, and I missed it. It's because I start to feel nervous, because I know, something's going to go wrong in here. And even when you're trying to forget all the pressures in here on your own, sometimes it just gets far too risky. But let me try it. Keep your culture. Don't be afraid of the vulture. Notice how I'm freely using my voice today, and I'm only freely using it today because I'm not being scared of all the monitors and stuff like that, and not being scared of being picked up so much. I actually should be a little bit closer to the mic, but I don't want to stay too close, just in case, when I start to use my voice, I start to open up. I get a little bit louder, so I don't want to do that, and then I go brrr, right into the red zone. Don't be afraid. Let me try another verse. Oh, David slew Goliath with that sling and a stone. Samson slew the Philistine, with the donkey jawbone. A natty dread leave up. Bongo red no give up. Am I going a little bit flat here, I think? Don't forget, this is an old guitar, so let me try and get a bit more in tune here. And try to rectify that quickly. Better hurry, because I think we're running out of some time here. So that's how tough it can be playing reggae in the studio on your own. But I'm trying my hardest today, and at least I've done one song fairly well. 70% improvement on last time, and definitely a 70% improvement on last time. Oh yeah, that's better. David slew Goliath, with the sling and the stone. Samson slew the Philistines, with the donkey jawbone. Sorry. A natty dread live up, Yeah, playing core, reggae core is very, very hard to play and that's where a lot of the problems start with reggae. People don't know the core principles and the reggae core, how that operates and where you can take it to safely and where you can't. See? And it's playing that reggae core, and it's the reggae core I'm talking about when I'm talking about playing it in the studio. Yeah, I could come in here and play No Woman No Cry. Hang on. That's in C2, I'll play it in A. Hang on. No woman no cry. No woman no cry. No woman not cry. No woman not cry. I remember. Now let me try one of those other ones I did last time. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, my voice has gone tired again. Hallelujah. Love to see when you're grooving the rhythm. I love to see when you're dancing from within. It gives great joy to see such sweet togetherness. Everyone do it, and they're doing their best. 'Cause it reminds I of the days in Jericho, when we're trotting down Jericho walls. These are the days when we'll trot to Babylon. Banana, banana. Gonna trot until Babylon falls. Sing your song, yo, jump, jump, jump. Now you're being gay. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Jump, jump, jump. Now you're being gay, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Jump, jump, jump. Now you're being gay, yeah. Jump, jump, jump. Now you're being gay, yeah. Love to see when you're grooving the rhythm. 'Cause I love to see when you're dancing from within. 'Cause it reminds me of the days in Jericho. Oh, sorry. No, I just messed that one up. Oh, wow. I was going so well with that too. It was a little bit of almost a 70% improvement. Oh, well, that's not too bad. But anyway, let's go to Clinton Farron and Metana Waiata Sleeping Lion. Haere tonu ake nei, kai tataki ruangahuru meniti ki te rima, e tatau mā kahuri.
Mr. Speaker, talk as much as you want, but don't try to change us. Don't trouble, cause trouble will double trouble. Don't trouble, Mr. Big Man, help us if you can, but don't try to fix us. Don't play fish if you can't swim. Don't play with fire if you don't wanna get burned. Life is a gamble, so they say. But watch out we win the end of the day. Experience is the greatest teacher of all. No need for defense if we learn our lessons well. Oh, take care of creation. There's so much to gain. Yeah. Whoa, spit in the sky, it will fall in your eyes. Once bitten and twice shy. Experience is the greatest teacher of all. No need for defense if we learn our lessons well. Oh, take care of creation. There's so much to gain. Yeah. Whoa, we've got nothing to lose. Down trouble, cause trouble will double trouble. Down trouble. Mr. Speaker, talk as much as you want, but don't try to change us. Down trouble, cause trouble will double trouble. Down trouble. Mr. Big Man, help us if you can, but don't try to fix us. Down trouble, cause trouble will double trouble. Down trouble. Hey, even if you're tough like iron. Hey, down trouble, cause trouble will double trouble. Down trouble. Hey, never wake a sleeping lion. Hey, down trouble. Down trouble, no sir. Down trouble, no sir. Yeah. Oh, na.
Tino pai tira, tino pai. Clinton Fearon, Sleeping Lion, kai te tata hai whā ki te lima. E tata mā I pēnā hai, pēnā tonu a hau tērā te waiata me te whai tonu ki te pū. Te pū ki te tino o te puoro ki ngi mangu mea hau anō me tā haku kotahi. Ai, ua rawa tērā I roto I te taupuni pāho me mea kuau anake. Ua rawa. So, I'm not going to try that anymore because I don't want to mess it up anymore than I did last time. And I just about was on my way to doing that, with that last song, so that's why I stopped. And because I don't want to ruin it, because a lot of people thought, wow, that was atrocious, last time I played. I said, I know. I knew it was going to end up like that. And it's very unlike me, so they were just spellbound. They couldn't, they were stunned. They were like mullets watching me. And how could you play those songs like that, they said. And I said, I wouldn't otherwise, but I just wanted to illustrate what it's like playing in a studio on your own, trying to play reggae core. Ooh, it's just so tough. So I've tried to get away with 3 songs today, and the other 2 would have gone a bit like how I played last time if I didn't stop. So that's why I stopped. So maybe I can do it like this for a while. Maybe I'll play some a bit like hang on. What's another song? Let's see if I can yes, they're rabbi. Sold out to the merchant ship. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my end was made strong By the end of the Almighty, we forward in this generation triumphantly, yeah. Won't you help to say, yeah, yeah. These songs of freedom, 'cause all I ever ate, yeah, yeah. Redemption song, oh. Redemption song. And I think I broke my tuner just before. Yeah, I think it broke. Old pirates, yes, they're rubber. Won't you help to sing it? These songs are freedom, all I ever ate. Redemption. Oh, see, there I go again. No, I'll leave it there, just in case. That might have made up for the last song. But, yeah, just in case I stuff up anymore. But I was just watching, I was in the red zone a bit too much there. I'll just put that down there. Because just before it fell over and then it broke my tuner, so that's okay. I'll just get a new one. And e tātou mā, we got one more from Energy Rising before we go out with another one from Burning Spear today. Yeah, lots of different changes been coming up, eh? You know, lots of different changes and stuff like that happening, where we are having to go with pretty much what life is dishing us up and rolling with that. I don't think it'll be, for good that we'd have to do that, but then, using session players is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing. So, yeah. We've already we've already done that one. We've already looked at that one. Taihua. I had one waiata ready before that. Not that one. Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Taihua e tātou mā. Almost ready. Kai te ngahuru meniti. Ki tēri mā, aroha mai. Having a bit of fun here on the show, on Hawaikirangi. But we are getting there. E tātou mā, we are getting there. Whew. Taking a bit of work, but the best thing is that we are getting there. Energy Rising e tātou mā. Take us high. Kahuri.
Second to none. Time to see what we can do. Ooh, let's just have some fun. Don't be holding out. I need you to give me a run. your own. Let the music take us high. Let this feeling last all night. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Time to live, not think about regret. Let the music take us high, yeah. It's early hours in the morning. We're still here, so let's keep dancing. You're taking me for a ride. Just say the word alibi. Oh, let's not spend this time alone. Just say my name and take control. Honey, I got that chuckle and you got that bass. Perfect the frequency, you and me. Let the music take us high. Let this feeling last all night. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Time to live, not think about regret. Let the music take us high, yeah. I don't want this thing to stop. Oh, let's just take it from the top. I know where we got the vibe. Our souls now intertwined. So for now, can I call your mine? Only you can make me feel this way. So baby, please, can you just stay? Honey, I got that treble and you got that bass. Perfect that frequency, you and me. Let the music take us high. Let this feeling last all night. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Time to live, not think about regret. Let the music take us high, yeah. Let the music take us high. Let this feeling last all night. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Time to live, not think about regret. Let the music take us high, yeah.
Te a tāua hoki o nā tāu Energy Rising e tātou mā, our second and third place getters. Energy Rising with that one there, Take Us High. Awesome, eh? Awesome. And you can do that, you can go right out of the core. Some things you can do with core reggae, like rhythms like that. Rhythms that have that R&B soul feel to them. They tend to lock in with reggae core, and so yeah, that's well done, that one right there. And we have last of all the Burning Spear coming up for us, and Happy Day to take us out. E tātou mā, Burning Spear taking us out today with Happy Day. Happy Day, yeah. E tātou mā? Yeah, bit of a day today. I tried my hardest, e tātou mā. I tried my hardest to just forget everything in the studio and just rock into that reggae vibe, and without worrying about everything. And it just didn't seem to really come together there for two of those songs. I had to stop them short before I really ruined them. And here we go. Happy day in Paris. Bonsoir, Paris. They say as they say. He tātou mā, yeah, we're going out with Burning Spear and Happy Day. Te awi atua, to tātou atua matua, te rungarawa, nāna ni anō hoki, ka whakaike rawa, i te pāngātu o te karaiti. Kia hu atua no aia ki te rungarawa, ko ia anō, tērā, ia, kia whakamoe miti, kia whakawhetai, kia whakanui. I te ingoa a te karaiti, i te ingoa te iehua. Āmene.
Pushing envelopes,